Well, great morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, let's see what the cards have to say this morning. Today I'm very casual. I'm wearing my, I'm wearing my kind of runner type clothing and stuff, but they have a little sparkle to them, so my sweat outfit. So today, the bag of the day would be the Picotin, because I'm very casual today. So I would use the Picotin, my casual bag. That will go really well with this today. So that's it, fashion moment. Anyway, let's see what the cards have to say this morning. So the reading's about, wanting to be king. So a mover, the shaker, perhaps someone that's trying to take charge. Leadership, let's see. The energy coming into it is something concrete is coming out. Let's see what we have. Above it, an ending. Okay, an ending of some toxicity. Is there somebody taking charge and making big pushback? This could be a number of people. So what's going on today? We have evidence they're trying to hold back, things they're trying to cling to, greed, holding back, wanting to walk away. Oh, we know what this is about, don't we? Above it, control. And the foundation is the light being shed on things. Now we know that they released half the Epstein files. Half of them are being held back, and they were saying they weren't even going to release those, okay? We've given you 3,000, that's it, you're not getting any more. Well, that's not it, okay? Because they're going to keep pushing for the rest of them. It was to put all of them out, not half. And also, it looks like Hillary and Bill are going to go ahead and talk to Congress. So the challenge is, walking away, potential outcome. Trying to control outside influence, the message, concrete, about something concrete coming out. Underneath of it, those involved, the lovers, okay? Those that are involved in this. Above it, things are moving in motion. And the foundation, when it comes to Epstein files, the child, something new. The Epstein files, the women. So, this is definitely about the Epstein files, those that have engaged in this, the foundation, this toxicity, the lights being shed on the Epstein files. Above it, ending their ability to control where this is moving to, okay? So it looks like there is definitely going to be pushback in place, because we have, again, a mover and shaker when it comes to something new, concrete coming out, and what they're trying to hold back and walk away from. Okay, the challenge is walking away from it. That's not going to happen with their abuse of power, or also on the other positive side, taking control of the situation when it comes to the messaging of this concrete, of the evidence, okay? The messaging about the evidence. So let's go ahead and we're going to look at the energy of this and see what it has to say. So they've tried to stall, they've tried to push back, they've tried to do everything. Now they're releasing the names of the actual victims. And victims are not happy about it. And of course, I think this is a ploy to get them to pull it all back. Okay, but let's see what the cards have to say. Going into it, battle weary. Okay, standing guard. Underneath of it, yeah, wanting to manipulate. Wanting to manipulate this. And then we have, again, trying to control. Trying to control, feeling pushed to the edge. No, that's not what it is. What did I do? No, it's what's crossing the control. Sorry, I'm doing an energy reading, pulling the wrong card. I need the underneath one. Is about the Epstein files. So feeling battle weary with their manipulations, trying to control the Epstein files, energy coming into it is about wanting to temper. They don't want the really bad stuff to come out. A victory, okay? Trying to get a victory, tempering this, but the energy going forward is rapidly, a rapid motion. When it comes to the White House, when it comes to Trump, when it comes to the drama, okay? And the wealth of evidence that still remains, okay? There's still a wealth of evidence when it comes to the Epstein files, okay, and their manipulations, their attempted manipulations. So we'll go ahead and do the clarifying read as well, I think, with this. Let's do the clarifying read and see what else it says. So yeah, Trump is out there again, you know, this stuff is manipulated. They're trying to withhold it. They release unintentionally the victims' names. So the victims will complain and they'll want to pull all that back again. Okay? So another act of manipulation. Okay? Like we're not going to figure out what they're up to. So let's see what it says about this. Okay, so at the center of it all, we have, again, wanting to control the evidence, okay? It's about the actions in hand, the Queen of Wands, the actions in hand that are being done. When it comes to withholding, okay? Above it, figuring out the next move. When it comes to control, the foundation, mentally being tied up, all this stuff is surrounding them. They can't get away from it, okay? Not liking the harvest. When it comes to the actions in hand, the Republicans, okay? This also could be the wealthy that are involved in this, that are named in these files. light being shed, okay? Some light coming in the darkness when it comes to them. Not liking the harvest, figuring out the next move. And wanting to move this to a better place because mentally they're tied up, the wealthy. On one hand, we have, one side is judgment, and on the other side, the wheel is turning. So the wheel is turning on judgment, the wealthy wanting to control, but some light is coming in now with this. Not liking the harvest, wanting to move this in another direction, of course. And we're looking at what they're trying to control with the actions in hand to withhold information, withhold the evidence. So what's driving it all is facing loss. Okay? 5 of Cups, facing loss. When it comes to what? The truth. The Queen of Swords. The truth. Facing loss when it comes to the truth. The wealth of evidence. And about the wealthy that were involved in this. And the White House, of course, Trump, the attempted manipulations, but things are moving quickly now. When it comes to the things still up in the air, there is the burden, okay? The burden of the actions that still are to come because the world is watching. They are feeling pushed to the edge when it comes to juggling this stuff and what's coming out to America. Okay, the Queen, the Empress. So what's being birthed in America? We are fighting, struggling. Okay, they are in the nightmare situation with this because of justice. So they are, again, still trying to block things from coming out. We don't see, we don't know. Okay, the new cup is coming out, the new cup of abominations that's still waiting to be uncovered, revealed. Again, trying to control the actions and the movement of it when it comes to this cup coming out. Ruling of the emotions, the mind spin is going with it, mentally, physically painful. The delusions, the things done by dark of night, this illness, mental illness that they've got, and what's being handed out when it comes to the messages and information, what's being offered up when it comes to their choices in life that they've done. And again, thinking they're in a position of authority above it all, so they should have the victory, and still standing guard, feeling battle weary at this point because of their abuses of power when it comes to the relationships, sexual relationships, etc. Not really relationships, but abusing that, whole dynamic. So where things are moving to now, looking to see what's coming in when it comes to the long term and what they're trying to get away with, okay? What's being worked on when it comes to the evidence. Again, what's being put out there, their lies, their spin, the drama, what they're trying to feed people. When it comes to MAGA, etc., they keep trying to drag them back in. And again, trying to control all of the information, but it is a tower moment. The light is being shed. The evidence is in hand that they continue to try to walk away from because of their dark deeds, and the truth that things are charging forward, okay? Actions. So they're still involved in heavy actions to get this out. And so that's where we're at with that now. Again, the DOJ said, well, we've put out half and that's all you're getting. And they're saying, I don't think so. All of them need to come out, not half of it. And you know what the half they put out is the best of it, the lightest part of it. So, and it's so evil, so dark and heinous, Lord only knows what remains in the rest of it. I've got a feeling the rest of it has more to do with trafficking, monetary stuff, deaths, okay? Deaths, money, trafficking, Trump's involvement in that part of it. Let's see what it says. Yeah, choices made in life, the path being walked. Yeah. Somebody that's involved at the top of it. Okay, the new action. Choices made, something new, concrete. The evidence that's being withheld on what's been built. So yeah, he's much more involved in what's been built with that whole organization. Yeah, an ending that could be the actual deaths and stuff, the victory of the abuse of power. Charging forward for information with the actions in hand and the burden of what all he was involved with. Yeah, the deaths and victory from the abuse of power, thinking that they can hide those things. Okay? What they've built was abusive, and he absolutely is involved in this 100%. New concrete things coming out, ending what's being withheld. Okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here. And we'll see you online.